What's up, guys? The age-old question is, do I throw a jig or a drop shot? Doesn't matter the time of year. We're sitting here, it's late winter. You know, Rob grew up throwing a jig. I grew up throwing a drop shot. We both like to do each one. But today what we're gonna do is we are going to figure out what catches bigger fish, a jig or a drop shot. The rules of our, I guess, challenge that we're gonna do here, 3 of us are gonna be fishing. We're gonna each have one jig and one drop shot tied on. When you catch a fish on your jig, you need to pick up the drop shot rod. When you catch one on the drop shot, you're gonna pick up the jig rod. We're just gonna alternate back and forth, so it's gonna be an equal amount of fish on each bait. At the end of the day, we're gonna average out the size of the fish we caught on each bait and just see where we stand. It'll be interesting. What do you think, dude?
I think it's a great challenge. I mean, you might get to a point where you're fishing a jig and you just can't get a bite on it, and the guys are killing them on a drop shot, and you're just trying to get that jig bite to get to the drop shot.
So like that, the jig you may average a slightly bigger bite, but you might catch 3 to 1 on a drop shot with it. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes.
I think it's a great idea. It should be a lot of fun.
I don't know what that is.
It was weird. He's just mush.
We're weighing them, dude.
But I have 20. Little guy. Look at the fight on the spinning rod compared to the jig rod. There you go.
It's just slow and steady, and they're not big ones here. They're actually getting smaller.
When you said here you go, did you have the bite or did you just see them on the grass?
I had to bite.
Okay. And you'll know if they're in there. There you go.
Dude.
Nice. Good one?
No.
He's on the board.
Yes. Off to the jig.
Nice. Feel good?
No.
We got to get our average up here, man.
Dude,
There he is.
Oh, it's big too. It's not bad.
Oh, and the other thing is you can't get help from each other.
Oh,
Sorry, brother. Oh, dude.
where's the net? Oh, so
well,
that.
you got this. No pressure.
No, that was a nice fish. Probably 2.5. You think?
Probably.
At least 4 pounds.
Yeah.
By the end of the day, it'll be
Between
5
1 and 5.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go, Josh, on the jig, dude.
Finally.
Is it a nice one? Oh! Dude, karma.
I've never seen him laugh that hard, dude.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh, man, that sucks.
About getting, Alex keeps talking about getting,
No way, dude.
That's a nice one, huh?
I don't think so. A little one again. Ooh.
Hey, if it's 0.75, it's gonna say something about what's in here right now.
It's a little bigger. It's a little bigger.
We're catching them on every drop.
Just take one spot,
Yep,
right?
there you go. Is that fish?
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
3-pounder?
Yeah, probably.
It's a good one too, I think.
Oh, yeah.
I can tell by the way you fight.
Can you add can you add this to the list?
There you go.
That is a deep fish, guys. That fish is a 50 foot. And it's a good one too, I think.
Good one.
Want the net?
I'll get him. That's a good one.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah, dude.
Nice.
Nice.
All right, that'll help the average a little bit.
Heck yeah. I'm just here for the burritos.
Heck yeah, Rob and Ryan are eating their burritos. We're catching some fish. the Critter Hog trailer. That's a killer little football jig trailer.
Nice fish, dude.
Thanks. So that's like our first real example of what can happen with the jig. Like we were just talking about how the jig sucks. We could have caught 4 drop shot fish, 5 drop shot fish, and it ended up being like an hour for me in between bites. But when I did get one, it was basically a 3-pounder. So we've seen that unfold in tournaments before, for sure. Sometimes it's worth sticking with it.
So weird.
There you go.
That looks good. Is it good?
It doesn't feel that big, actually.
Monster.
Pretty good for you.
That's about a pound. Maybe a little over, you think? Where were you?
Well, that worm's bright, isn't it?
It is.
There we go. Nice job.
There you go. That's a good one,
A little wound up, huh?
Take it. It looked like a good one with that pole.
huh? It did.
There was like a little bush down there, and I think he was in the bush. All right, guys, so we're wrapped up a few hours of fishing here. I think we fished about 4 hours, and it was a little bit tougher than normal fishing. We're sitting here in January. It's not like it was brutal. I mean, we caught, I think, 10 fish. We had probably 15 bites. Had a couple come off right at the side of the boat that probably we got them on camera. But overall, I think a big reason it was a little slower is we were stuck throwing the jig so much. What do you think, dude?
I totally agree. I think we probably could have caught a bunch more fish on drop shot, but the quality came on the jig. Not that they were giant, but they're still decent fish, and kind of surprised we didn't catch any good ones on the drop shot. But we didn't. It was,
Yeah.
you know.
So who knows if we would have been able to keep throwing that drop shot if finally we would have hit a big one. But I mean, the numbers on just our small sample size of 10 definitely shows that it paid, if you're looking for a better bite, to stick to the jig.
Absolutely.
I mean, just with what we saw, but like we had the jig in our hand a lot more. Like most of the day, once we got started, all 3 of us, Ryan, Rob, and myself, all had the jig in our hand because like we just, it was harder to get that bite.
Kind of got stuck on it.
Yeah, you pick up the drop shot and catch one and go right back to the jig. It was kind of.
The thing is, though, let's say tomorrow we're going to fish a tournament. Today was pre-fish. We're probably going to go throw the jig.
Probably so.
You know, especially if you're fishing for 5. I mean, at the end of the day, a long tournament day, 2 guys fishing, you probably catch 5 big ones.
That's just it. And that's the difference between like a lot of times fun fishing and fishing a tournament. Like we come up here and do a guide trip and we may drop shot all day long and catch 30 fish, and it's an awesome numbers day. But our biggest 5 might weigh like 8.5 pounds, 8 pounds, right? And you come back and you fish completely different in the tournament. You got 2 dudes that are hardcore fishermen locked in. You throw the jig all day and you get 9 bites, but they might weigh 13.
Yep.
It's kind of interesting. I mean, this was a scenario where we fished the exact same spots with the exact same baits all morning long. And we're going to do it again. This is pretty fun. We've got some ideas on some other baits. We'll go kind of head-to-head, similar baits, but, you know, baits where you sit there and wonder yourself, should I try this bait or this bait? Or should I stick to this bait or stick to that one? Of course, it's always depending on the conditions. Like, we might do this again next week, and the drop shot gets the 2 or 3 big bites. You never know, but this kind of went down like I thought it was going to go down.
Yeah,
Is that what you thought?
I totally agree. I mean, just like I kind of predicted that we would get into jig jail. I don't know if you want to call it that.
I like it,
but that's
dude.
kind of what you got in. When you catch one on a drop shot really quick, and then you're stuck on the jig for a while. But like you said, it paid off with some better fish. So.
Right on. Well, hey, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Drop a comment below, and for more stuff like this, just stay tuned, subscribe, and we'll have a lot more videos coming your way.